Look around you. Life is filled with mountains, but there are few who dare to climb them. Everywhere you turn, people stand at the base, staring up, waiting for someone else to take the first step. They talk about purpose, yet make no move toward it. Prayer for change echoes, but few leave the comfort of the valley. They convince themselves they'll climb someday, when stronger, richer, or truly ready. Yet for most, someday never comes. Some are chained by comfort, having traded fire for familiarity and vision for routine. Coasting, not climbing, seems easier. Still others are gripped by fear of failure, rejection, or of being seen and falling short. Disappointment burdens many. Broken dreams, unanswered prayers, long seasons of quiet defeat, all add weight. They've stopped fighting because the mountain looks too steep. They've stopped praying because heaven stayed silent. They've stopped believing because the pain lasted longer than hope. But mountains were never meant to stop you. They were meant to reveal you. You can't conquer what you refuse to face. The enemy's greatest victory is not in knocking you down, it's in convincing you to stand still. He whispers that comfort is wisdom, that compromise is peace, that stillness is safety. But that's a lie. Faith was never meant to stand still. Faith climbs.
Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
This generation is more connected than ever before, yet people feel more lost than ever. While scrolling through others' highlights, their own souls decay in silence. Many chase money, pleasure, and praise, not purpose. They stand at destiny's foot, telling themselves, "I'll climb when I'm ready." But wait too long, and you'll die at the bottom. Men are waking up every morning, wearing invisible chains, working jobs they hate just to survive. There are women praying for change while sitting in prisons of fear, hoping God will do what he already told them to begin. The same God who told Moses to stand before Pharaoh, who told Joshua to march around Jericho, who told Peter to step onto the waves, still says today, "Move."
Arise, shine, for thy light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee.
Most turn back, not because the summit is too high, but because the valley promises safety. Maybe climbing isn't for me, they claim. They embellish defeat and call it contentment. But comfort suffocates calling. You were not made for mediocrity. You were not born to blend in. You were crafted to climb. You were built for the summit, for the same hands that shaped the stars shaped you to rise. When God made you, he didn't make a mistake. You were spoken into existence by the same voice that said,
"Let there be light."
Designed with intention, formed with purpose, you are the creation of heaven and earth's maker. He placed his image in you so you would shine, not sit silent. You carry a longing for more, a spark of heaven that reminds you mediocrity will never satisfy you. The fingerprint of God is on your soul. When you doubt yourself, remember whose reflection you carry. When the world tells you that you're not enough, look up. The same God who painted galaxies thought the world needed you. You are not random, you are revelation. He built you to create, to speak, to overcome, to love, to reflect his glory through every scar and victory. You are living proof that God still writes miracles in human form. That's why the climb calls to you, because mountains recognize their maker's design in you. You were born for this, to rise, to endure, to reflect his greatness to a world that's forgotten its worth. You were made to remind creation that the image of God still breathes, still stands, still climbs. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. Walk as one made by greatness. Speak as one filled with his Spirit. Live as one chosen by the Almighty. Because you are, you were never meant for insignificance, not when the maker of galaxies made you. The same power that raised Christ from the dead dwells in you. The same love that parted seas, healed the blind, and called Lazarus from the grave beats in your heart right now. You are heaven's craftsmanship, earth's evidence that God still moves through dust and breathes it into destiny. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. The climb will ache. It will test every thread of belief. You'll lose friendships, comfort, and pieces of your old identity. Yet you'll gain something greater, purpose. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. The mountain is calling you to act. Do not just watch, climb. Heaven rewards endurance, not excuses. The world doesn't need more watchers. It needs warriors to rise and take the first step. The real mountain is within you. Stop waiting for God to move mountains. He's been urging you to climb them. Respond to the call. Start your ascent. Take action toward your purpose today. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. At first, the climb feels easy. The air is clean. You think, maybe I've got this. But halfway up, the storm begins. The wind roars. The rocks shift. Fear starts to speak again. Turn back. But something in your spirit answers, I've come too far to stop now. You remember who called you. You remember who climbs beside you. The ground shakes, yet grace holds steady.
When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee.
Every climber reaches the breaking point. Your body trembles, your faith flickers, your prayers turn to groans. But that is where heaven does its best work. The air thins so you'll learn to breathe grace. The silence grows so you'll learn to hear his whisper through the storm.
Be still, and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth.
Some say faith moves mountains, and it does. But sometimes faith must climb them first. The climb builds endurance, and endurance shapes character. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. The higher you climb, the lonelier it feels. You discover who truly supports you and who only loved the easy version of you. Sometimes God clears the crowd just so you can hear him more clearly. Then comes the war within, the battle between who you were and who you're meant to become. The flesh cries, rest. The spirit says, rise. The mind shouts, impossible. Heaven answers, all things are possible to him that believes. Each wound becomes wisdom, each scar becomes strength, each fall becomes testimony. Blessed is the man that endures temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. The storm doesn't stop, it never does. But you've changed. You don't fear the thunder anymore because you've heard a greater voice in the storm. This is the way, walk in it. Lightning flashes, the mountain shakes. You drop to your knees crying, Lord, I can't. And through the rumble comes his reply, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Again you rise, not by your own strength, but because you're his. Mercy catches every fall. Grace seals every bruise. For a just man falls 7 times and rises again. The devil will fight hardest when you're closest to breakthrough. The wind will scream your failures. The rain will remind you of regrets. But the voice inside you now speaks louder. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Then suddenly, silence. The storm halts mid-roar. The clouds part. The mountain glows. You step onto the summit, trembling but undefeated. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. You kneel as the sunrise spills gold, crimson, and life across the sky. The climb was never about conquering the mountain. You realize it was always about discovering the God who climbed with you. You whisper, thank you. The mountain that once mocked you now stands beneath your feet. You see why he let it rise before you, so you could see his strength in your struggle. The Lord is my rock, and my fortress, and my deliverer. Look back and see the valley where you began, the nights you almost quit, the prayers you thought he ignored. Every scar is proof that grace never left. The climb didn't break you, it built you. Now you hear a new call, not downward, but outward, to help others climb, to tell them that the impossible can be conquered because the maker of mountains lives within them. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. Light surrounds you now, wrapping like armor. You finally understand that the unclimbable mountain was never punishment. It was preparation. The storms will come again, the winds will rage, but this time, You won't run. You'll remember this summit, this voice, this fire. Whosoever shall say unto this mountain, Be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe, he shall have whatsoever he saith. The thunder fades, the light remains. You stand at the peak, a warrior remade, forged by grace, crowned with perseverance. You've climbed the unclimbable, now descend with purpose. Carry the flame into the valley. There are others staring up at their own mountains, waiting for hope. Be the proof that faith still conquers. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, because the mountain of life never truly ends. It rises again and again. Each summit prepares you for the next horizon. But now you know the secret. You are never climbing alone. Peace doesn't live in calm weather. It lives in hearts that keep climbing. So rise, warrior. Tie your faith to his promise. Plant your feet in grace. Lift your eyes to glory and climb. Always climb. Heaven waits at the top, and when you reach it, you will hear the voice that has carried you through every storm and every mountain. Well done. If you liked the video, remember to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Also, if you liked the video, share it with friends and family that will also enjoy it. Are you climbing an unclimbable mountain? Let me know in the comments section. I appreciate your support. Until next time, stay blessed.